and gentlemen, and welcome to my presentation. Today I'm gonna be speaking about my sport, what is called Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. First of all, I'm gonna tell you about a little secret. This sign here is a sign of, it's an agreement between grapplers. It's a sign of mutual respect by taking care of one another and playing fair, nothing personal. So what is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? Does anybody know? Okay, so it's a form of martial art and a combat sport system that focuses on grappling, especially ground fighting. It promotes the concept that the smaller person can successfully defend themselves against a bigger, stronger, heavier person using leverage and technique. When I say leverage and technique, by that I mean you can either take them down, you can sweep them to get a better position, or you can submit them either by a joint lock or a chokehold. A joint lock can go from as small as the wrist to an elbow to shoulder, neck crank, spine, hips, your knees, interior, exterior, and finally Achilles. And when I say chokehold, either by cutting the airflow to the brain or those two blood arteries. If you hold them for too long, a person could pass out. Even longer, it could be fatal, so that's why you gotta be careful. It's an art, it's a thinking game. It requires you to think and outsmart your opponent in order to get the win. Brief history, like 90% of martial arts, it was originated in Japan. However, it was overshadowed by Japan's most national sport, which is judo. Of course, it was originated in 1882. It was in the early 90s, two Gracie brothers, Helio and Carlos, they adopted the sport and they taught it to their 12 cousins first. They added more technique, and hence the name was changed from Jiu-Jitsu to Brazilian or Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. Jiu-Jitsu was put in test in front of the world in the first UFC event in 1993, where their younger brother Royce won his first 12 fights via submission. So I want to link Jiu-Jitsu to MBA. How will Jiu-Jitsu benefit you with the MBA? I recall one of my colleagues, William, you said while you were preparing for your MBA, you focused on your physical abilities. You were doing squat, you were doing exercises. Jiu-Jitsu promotes the same. It increases your mental stamina. Also, it makes you think because you're always trying to outsmart your opponent. And it could be done in a team environment, very much like here, this class, so we can all collaborate to be better. Also, Jiu-Jitsu teaches you that looks can be deceiving. You cannot judge a book by its cover. Like if you see a small guy or a big opponent, you always have to be prepared no matter what. Same thing goes to the subjects. If you feel that you're really comfortable with finance, for example, you should not take it for granted. You should always prepare for every single subject. Learning to go with the flow, basically it means that you need to adapt to every single situation and take everything seriously. It's the art of survival and adapting. To be good, you must be willing first to be bad. There is no room for ego in Jiu-Jitsu. It promotes you to be a better person. Learning to teach teaches you to learn. That's the best method to teach to learn something is, like my colleague first said, is to teach it to others. To explain it in a 5-year-old language that a person could understand. Being uncomfortable, tired, and frustrated can be a lot of fun. Yes, Jiu-Jitsu is hectic, it's tough, it gets you out of your comfort zone, and that's where you truly grow, because at the end of the day, we're doing this MBA to add value to ourselves, to improve, and to contribute back to society. I hope my presentation was beneficial. If anyone have questions, shoot.